Hi, and welcome to our Sunrider call. This is the end of May 2017, and I'm Diana Walker, and we've been doing about 8 Sunrider calls. Today we're doing the SunSmile line. We're doing the SunSmile Toothpaste and SunSmile Tabs, SunSmile Herbal Whitening Gel, and Refresher Drops. So, we'll mention those. I don't have any in stock myself. Then we'll also do the Candescent Deodorant, and I think that's everything. So I'm Diana Walker, and I've been using the Sunrider products for 20 years, and we are also going to give you a little taste of the fact that we are going to do a travel seminar, and Trudy is going to introduce herself, and she's also going to show us what she takes, just part of what she takes when she travels.
Thank you, Diana. We were just talking briefly before this call, and I said that I seem to be always packed because this goes in my purse and I carry it with me. And in this bag, I have a VitaShake, and I have a New Plus. I'm probably making noise here. I'll see if I can simplify it. I've got my stevia with me, my wonderful sun care. I've got a package of Quinary. I have Fortune Delight, and I have my Cali tea. And that's just, I just reached in my purse and pulled it out when Diana said, "Are you ready for our trip?" Because we're getting really excited about going to the Sunrider convention this year. And so I just always have this in my purse because I'm a busy woman, I'm out and about, and I just have my Sunrider meal right with me. All I need is a bottle of water, and I could throw everything in there and I've got it. So it works really, really well.
Absolutely. And I've just had my VitaShake and New Plus and Quinary this morning, just an hour ago. And usually I have it earlier in the day, but I was so busy this morning, also preparing for this class, this webinar, although the topics are so familiar, but I just don't want to forget anything. And so this time I'm going to share my screen right at the beginning and give you an outline of the products that we are going to have. So
I love the technology of this woman. She's just amazing.
There it is. Oh, but I can't. Can I pull it down? Yes, I can. So here's a document that I made, and Sunrider, the best in oral hygiene, pure natural ingredients for a sunny smile and fresh breath. So we have the SunSmile Tabs, and I'll show you those in a minute. This is a breath freshener, and what I love is that Trudy always packs these when we go to Sunrider convention, and it's amazing because they not only freshen your breath, but they help with your digestion. And I don't usually buy them, but I have some in stock right now. And then I started giving them out as just little free gifts like Trudy does. So I've been copying her. She's a good mentor for me. And the SunSmile Herbal Toothpaste, of course, we're going to talk about that. It's concentrated. It does not contain fluoride, baking soda, herbal extracts, and enzymes, and it has the most amazing, clean, fresh taste. It also really helps with your breath overnight. Yeah, like if you brush with that at night, your breath is not stinky in the morning. So it doesn't leave a gritty film on your teeth. And then the Herbal Whitening Gel, I don't use that a lot, but Trudy's going to talk about that too. Fabulous, Trudy. And the SunSmile Refresher Drops. So these are in the Sunrider SunSmile line. So that's a good name for it. And I will move us through stop sharing on this. And so Trudy, if you're ready, please talk on any one of those subjects or all 4 of those items.
I'll start with the SunSmile Tabs. Can you hold them up, Diana?
Absolutely. So here's the box.
And they are absolutely delicious. Because I travel a fair bit, when you're traveling, you often eat in restaurants. And when you're eating in restaurants, sometimes, things can have really spicy stuff or a lot of garlic or onions. And so your breath isn't always the freshest. And then I'm going to do a Sunrider presentation to somebody. I'm sitting across the table from them, and I don't want to knock them out with, with my breath. I find that the SunSmile tabs are fabulous. You just pop 1 or 2 in your mouth, chew them up, and you've got fresh breath. It's when you can't have your toothpaste handy all the time. Those SunSmile tabs work fabulous for purifying your breath and getting rid of those odors like from garlic and onions and stronger flavored food that you really don't mind eating, but you really don't want to share with someone else. And so I love them. I also find it's a little pickup of energy. Just chewing on one of those seems to give me a little pickup of energy in the middle of the day. I love them. They're great.
Yes. I will hopefully when I talk, my picture comes back in the screen, and I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't always work, but I do want to hold these up and for the video, so that when the video picks up who's talking, it will have the SunSmile tabs here as a picture. And these ones can be, you can tear them apart and make them into little strips like that. So I think that's so cute, because that's what Trudy does. She tears these strips apart and passes these out. So they're so handy and convenient, and it's like brushing your teeth, and they taste good. And as Trudy said, it gives you a little bit of energy too. I don't know what's in them, but you feel really good. And it helps your digestive system. So amazing to have after you eat.
And they're full of antioxidants, right? I mean, they're pretty good. They've got citrus, bioflavonoids, selenium, vitamin E and C. Beneficial for canker sores. I just don't have canker sores anymore. And I used to be that used to be a real chronic problem for me before Sunrider. So it's really, really great.
Great. So next is the SunSmile Toothpaste. So this is something that is in all of our homes, and I can't live without this. And even my son has me bring this when I come visit, because he can't get it in the Cayman Islands, but I usually bring him some extra because he's always loved this. And so for 20 years, this is all I've had. And one big one like this lasts months, because you only need a very, very tiny part. And of course, it doesn't have fluoride in it. And Tei-Fu Chen, the founder of Sunrider, was, 30 years ahead of his time when he created this. Now you can get many others, but I've actually tried a couple from the health food store, and I am not satisfied. My mouth doesn't feel fresh and clean like it does with the SunSmile toothpaste. So Trudy, do you have more to add?
This is the only toothpaste that I've used for 20 years. How many of you have brushed your teeth with a toothpaste and then gone out and tried to, take a taste of an orange or a grapefruit or something like that, and they taste just awful because of the after stuff that's in your mouth from the toothpaste with the fluoride that you've been using? With this, you only need a quarter of a toothbrush with toothpaste, and you could eat anything after, and it tastes like it should taste. It doesn't mask the taste or anything like that. I love it. I absolutely love it. I was mentioning that I used to have a lot of cankers in my mouth. It was a real problem for me because I had a lot of food sensitivities. And this toothpaste, honestly, from the first time I used it, no cankers, and that was it. And can I tell a really neat story, Diana?
Yes.
I had a group of women here one day, and I had made some apple crisps sweetened with stevia and really healthy stuff. But this woman was at the table, and she goes, I just can't eat. She said, no, I better not have it because I've got these canker sores in my mouth that are so sore. She said, I can't eat anything solid right now. I'm just having a really hard time. And I said, oh, I have something for you. And I went and got the toothpaste, and I said, here, just put a drop on your finger and rub it on the canker and see how you feel. And she rubbed it on the canker, and in about 5 minutes, she goes, oh, I think I'm ready for the apple crisp now. And her mouth didn't hurt anymore. So she bought some toothpaste and went home with it, and she swears by it. because she also had a lot of cankers. And so for her and I, it seems to have worked very, very well to regenerate the gums and tissues in our mouth so that we don't have this problem anymore. So it's really great.
Fabulous. And another thing, most toothpaste have warnings on them, right? Which is crazy. So this is something you put in your mouth every single day, and then you end up having to have a warning on it. So, but for us, you don't. This is all natural, beautiful, tastes amazing, and get some of this on your next order, because this is a high priority, and probably most of you on the call already use this and know the value of it. Okay.
And I think, cautions that are on other toothpaste, if you read the back labels, it'll say, if a child swallows more than a pea-sized amount, call poison control. That's how, damaging, generic, I won't use any names because it's not a thing to do, but when you go to your grocery store next time, or to the pharmacy and you're picking up your toothpaste, flip that box over and see if there's a warning label on there, because that is something that is really a big concern. Toothpaste with fluoride, I'll just mention really quick. According to the National Cancer Institute, they are carcinogenic. That's why the poison control number on there. So very, very damaging to the body. It is a poison, and I don't know why it's still in toothpaste, but the powers that be just still have it there. I love the SunSmile toothpaste because it's really got a form of baking soda in it that is the part of the cleansing agent, peppermint oil, cassia seed extract, green tea extract, chlorophyll, clove oil, etc. It's all natural product and delicious. And you don't have to worry if the kids eat the tube of toothpaste. It won't hurt them.
Exactly. That's amazing. And so Trudy, would you like to talk about the whitening gel? I don't use that, but I should. I bought it one time, but I just never got around to it.
It's this little bottle right here.
Okay.
Did I have that the right way around? How about if I do it this way?
That's
right.
Perfect. You did good.
Yeah. And I find when I'm brushing my teeth, I just put a quart of the toothbrush with the SunSmile Herbal toothpaste and a quart of the toothbrush with the whitening gel. I just brush it together. I find that your teeth feel so clean. How many people have gone to the dentist or the dental hygienist and had their teeth cleaned, and they just feel so good after, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that's how your teeth feel when you use the toothpaste and the whitening gel together. Feels like your teeth have been professionally cleaned. And I love that. I really love the whitening gel. Our whole family have got very yellowed teeth. I think it's a genetic thing, or maybe we didn't have the right nutrition when we were tiny. And so this SunSmile whitening gel really, really makes a difference for my teeth. So I love that. You can get a mouth guard. You can put it on a mouth guard and hold it into your, onto your teeth. There's different ways you can do it, but I just brush my teeth with it. Works well.
Thanks for that hint, because actually I remember that was one of the things that stopped me. It just seemed like too much work to be doing that. So just to put it on with the toothpaste sounds so good. Yeah, so that's the toothpaste, and I've got it upside down. That's the toothpaste, and that's exactly what we're talking about, along with the whitening gel, if you would like to. And the big thing is that you don't have to use very much. That it lasts for so long, just a tiny size of a pea. So there's also refresher drops, but we're not talking about that today. I don't have a demonstration of it. Do you use the refresher drops, Trudy?
I do when I'm traveling, Diana. Okay. And sometimes if I'm not too sure if the water's really pure, I'll put a couple drops of refresher drops into water when I'm making the Fortune Delight. It just helps kill the bacteria and keep that water a little bit safer for us. I do the same. It's interchangeable with the SunSmile Tabs. So it comes in a little bottle that looks similar to your stevia bottle, same size, the refresher drops. And you just put a couple drops on your toothbrush if you choose, or just put a couple drops right in your mouth for that wonderful, wonderful burst of freshness. It's awesome.
Well, we've got a really good line there. And now we're going to talk about the Candescent Deodorant. This is definitely high on my list for what I take when I'm traveling, and of course for daily use. And the surprising thing is, I was health-minded and environmentally minded 20 years ago when I started Sunrider, and I've been trying all sorts of deodorants. I knew of the dangers because I'd already heard that breast cancer can be caused by the lymph nodes absorbing all the antiperspirants and having your lymph nodes actually blocked so that your body just is not operating how it should be. So antiperspirants are very dangerous, and then regular deodorants don't seem to work that well, and then healthy deodorants definitely don't work that well. And then there's at one time I bought a little stone that you could wet and put on, but then I read later that that was not very good, that was dangerous also. So I was so excited when I found this, because this has the, all natural ingredients. It's the fresh scent of it is awesome. I've even heard people say that they actually have, they put it on and then they have everybody smelling their armpits.
I've seen it.
So it is just a very, very wonderful product. Do you have anything else to say about the deodorant?
Oh, Diana, I absolutely love the deodorant. You know why we have body odor? It's because there's bacteria growing on the sweat on our body. And so you can use an antiperspirant, which will stop you from perspiring. And that's what you were referring to. When you stop your body from perspiring, our lymph system can't drain the toxins through those pores that should be draining. And the consequence of that is that lymph system gets really, really toxic. So antiperspirants stop perspiration, which is actually, we don't want to be stopping perspiration. What we want to do is then nourish, balance, and cleanse. Just like the Sunrider philosophy of regeneration with our foods, we want to cleanse our underarms of bacteria. We want to be able to perspire without smelling. And we also want to reach a healthier balance in our lymph system. And this wonderful Candescent deodorant really addresses that. So it's the Nourish, Balance, Cleanse to help our lymph system, especially in that tender breast area, to draw the toxins out and to literally eliminate and not have the odor. Now, you know what, Diana, I know we didn't talk about this, but for anyone who's had breast cancer, this is a concern, because 50 to 75% of cancers are in that quadrant of the breast that's closest to the underarm. And so you really want to make sure that that area is able to cleanse and move out toxins properly. And that's why this deodorant is amazing, because it is not an antiperspirant. So you will perspire, and you want to perspire. You just don't want to stink when you perspire. And so this is really great for addressing it. I do want to show, I don't know if you can see if I move close enough, it's got a bunch of little holes in the top of this container. And it's got a little dial on the bottom here. And so you roll the dial to move the deodorant up through those little holes in the top. You use it, and then you roll it back down. And I found out by the hard way, because I forgot to roll it back down. I popped the lid back on it. I put it in my suitcase, not rolled back down. And when I got to my destination, because when you're flying, it puts more pressure on all the liquids in your container, this deodorant had a little malfunction problem. And it's because I didn't know to roll it down. So when you use it, you roll the deodorant up so the cream comes out the top, you use it, and then you roll it back down after.
Wow. Thank you, Trudy. I'm so glad you did that demo. That happened to me too. So hopefully everybody that sees this will know how to put their deodorant on and how
Yeah.
to roll it back down. That's
Yeah.
fabulous. And another thing I wanted to say, I remember that some people early on, when they used the deodorant, they actually smelled worse. And that just at the very first few days. And the reason is that it does take out those toxins. So if you've been suppressing it with antiperspirants and also other deodorants, then your body actually starts to get rid of those. So you may have to go through almost like a cleansing process at the beginning. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Good. Well, I don't know if I have anything more to say on these products. Do you have anything else, Trudy?
I was just wondering if anyone had any questions about what we covered today. There's lots we could say. Oh my gosh, I've got wonderful toothpaste stories. It's really an amazing product. Yeah.
If you can find the chat button on here, you can type something in the chat. That's we have everybody muted, so that's the best way to do it, if you can find the chat. So Connie, did you girls ever think to do an evening call like around 8:30 so everyone is home or in from the garden? These calls are really, really good information for our product lovers. It could be once a week or once a month. You would get a greater audience. Excellent stuff. Just wondering, or does it cost too much to have a large audience? So two things. Yes, that's a great idea. I think we will have one, maybe our next call. Like we were planning to take June, July, and August pretty well off, but then we started brainstorming this morning, and we're thinking we'll do a travel one, we'll do a sport caps one, we'll do a pet one. So we've got lots of ambitions here, and yes, that's a good suggestion, Connie. We will talk about that, Trudy and I. And then as far as having a larger audience, with this free plan, I can have up to 40 people. And I was thinking, eventually I may upgrade to the paid version, but that is also a consideration.
The other thing is, Diana, that you record all these calls and then send them out by email. So it doesn't matter what time of the day a person wants to listen to it. If they want to listen to it at 8:30 at nighttime, it's easy because they've been recorded.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Sherry says, the deodorant, if you have used the deodorant and gone through the stinky phase, then if you have a flare of detoxing again, will that stinky stage recur also? I'm not sure, Trudy. I haven't heard of that.
No, it never has for me.
Mm-hmm. Even though you have detoxed a bit again later. So I think that it is, it's very powerful, and you only have to go through that once usually, if at all. So, yeah.
I mean, everybody's really unique. So it could be that person has something really toxic that has to come out. And so I would say it probably is individual, but I never have experienced that.
Perfect. Okay, so I thank you, and Olivia, thank you. So something about your armpit area. Question: after using a deodorant for years, I am now experiencing odor again. Well, so that then there is another layer to be actually cleaned, cleansed, detoxed is very likely. Sherry said, I have had the refresher drops for a long time, and it's also great for an irritation of the throat. That is excellent. Thank you for that point. Thank you. And Connie says, can I invite some of my downline on the call? Yes, we at this time, we have it open to everybody. So, it will depend on, in the future, I might have to change that. And Sherry, just squirt it in the mouth and swish it around, swallow, and there is instant relief. And that's for irritation of the throat.
I did want to say to Connie, I think she was the one that said, could we have the calls in the evening? It might be 8:30 your time, but that would be 11:30 at night my time, so I won't be on the call.
That's 4 hours difference is quite between my time and your time. So that also, but maybe we can make it like 4 in the afternoon my time, which would be 8 Trudy's time. I don't know. We'll play around with this a little bit and see what happens. So, but thank you for the suggestions.
And they will be recorded, so you can listen to them at a later time. Or
Yes.
Connie, for if you wanted to have your guests over to your home and just play the recording, you can put it in front of them and they get to participate that way.
Perfect idea. And Olivia, one last thing, says the deodorant is removing moles from my armpit area. Wow. That's
Whoa.
crazy. Wow. Thank you. Thanks everybody. And thanks for your contributions. And once again, Trudy, thank you. Thank you. And have a great summer, and make sure that you get your toothpaste together. And yes, we'll send you out a notice when we have our next call, which will probably be on travel, because Trudy and I are packing to go to Sunrider Convention together. So we want to talk about that.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you, everyone. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.